everybody. Welcome to TCMTalk. I'm Denise Chiquito, licensed acupuncturist and Chinese herbalist here in the San Francisco Bay Area. I have offices in Alameda, California, and San Francisco. And
I am Kirsten Cowan. I'm also a licensed acupuncturist and herbalist, and I'm the owner of Angelica and Peony Radiant Natural Health and Beauty.
welcome. So it's springtime, and we're focusing on some issues that have to do with the spring and the liver and the gallbladder and the wood element. You can check out one of our previous videos about the wood element. And then today, on this video, Kirsten's going to talk a little bit about sleep and good practices for improving your sleep, some self-care tips, and all of this according to traditional Chinese medicine and alternative health. Take it away, Kirsten.
All right. Thanks for joining us. So getting a good night's sleep is something that a lot of us seek and find that they have challenges around. It's very common. Sleep disorders, insomnia, not feeling rested after sleep is something that many people experience, and made worse by stress, anxiety, worry, tension, conflict, all of which we have plenty of right now in the United States where we're located, as well as all around the world. So in this video, I want to give you some of my top tips for getting a good night's sleep, with a special focus on the type of insomnia that's really aggravated by stress, frustration, and worry, which we would associate with the wood element and the liver and gallbladder organ system in traditional Chinese medicine. This time of year, the springtime, is the home time of that element, the wood element, so they are tied together in that way. Now, when anyone comes to me with insomnia as their chief complaint, when anyone, a patient comes to me and is having trouble sleeping, the first thing that I like to talk to them about is something called sleep hygiene, which is kind of a fancy term for basically making sure that you have the best environment possible for getting a good night's sleep, and you're setting yourself up for success with some of the most common things that interfere with getting a good night's sleep, both sort of physically and psychologically. So those would be keeping your bedroom clean and uncluttered, and changing your sheets regularly, and purifying the air. A lot of people have allergies that are aggravated by dust mites, mold in the air, pollen, all pet dander, all those kinds of things can actually interfere with your sleep. So keeping a clean space in your bedroom as much as you're able to, and purifying the air, adding plants is helpful for this as well, is a good first step. Also things like washing your pillows once or twice a year, especially if congestion and dust mite allergies are part of what's causing you sleep problems. Using your bed for sleep, for sex, and for relaxation, and not for work. This is really common for a lot of folks to get into bed with their laptop and work. I'm not judging you. I've been there. But it does loosen the association that your mind and body have with, I'm in bed now, I'm going to go to sleep. And you want to strengthen that relationship, that association, that as soon as your head hits the pillow, your body is getting that strong message that it's sleep time, and working in bed undermines that relationship. On the same note, try to be screen-free in bed or your bedroom, or at the very least, use a light modulator, something like F-Lux or Twilight. I use on my Android phone. This blocks out that blue light that imitates daylight, that stimulates your brain into awakening mode, and is a big part of the reason why screen use interferes with your natural sleep cycles.
Are these apps, F-Lux?
Yes, those are apps that you can get for tablets, for laptops, and for your phones. We can have links to them on our Pinterest board, pinterest.com/TCMTalk, where you can find links to everything that we talk about in all our videos. I think we can put links, and we'll have links to all that in our in the description of the video as well.
Also, I know that on my phone, maybe not everybody's phone, but there's also a setting for nighttime. So after 10 o'clock at night, the light looks different on my phone.
So maybe iPhone has now got that built in as native functionality. I have an Android phone, so I have an app that does that. When the sun sets, my phone starts to set too. On the light tip, keeping your bedroom as dark as possible. This is a similar issue with stimulating the parts of your brain that regulate your sleep cycles. So, not sleeping with a light on, not sleeping with the TV on, having dark curtains or blackout curtains if you can, will really improve sleep quality right away for a lot of people. So that's an important consideration. Keeping your bedroom cool is also another, gives your body a signal that it's sleep time, because it is generally warmer during the day and cooler at night. So that gives your body a signal that it's nighttime, that it's sleep time. We live in artificially climate controlled environments now, so we can get out of touch with that. Keeping your bedroom cool, turning down the heat at night can help put your body back into that natural sleep cycle. And finally, I like to recommend developing sleep rituals. This is basically things that are giving your body and your mind the signal that it's time to start winding down and going to bed. So whatever these might be, writing in a journal, lighting a candle, if you have a prayer practice or meditation practice, taking a bath, brushing your hair, it doesn't matter in a way so much what they are, but that they're consistent. So this can be a really helpful tool for insomnia for a lot of folks. Your body just starts to associate these things with, okay, I've changed into my pajamas, I'm brushing my hair, I'm reciting my meditations. Now I'm kind of going offline and I'm sinking into sleep time. Now let's talk a little bit about specific wood element insomnia. So this is when sleep is disrupted by stress, anger, frustration, and overwork. These are kind of dysfunctional expressions of the natural energy of the wood element, which is towards self-expression and assertion in the world. You can hear I got a little dust mite situation of my own. I'm kind of congested. I apologize for that. So you might find yourself, if this sound starts to sound like you already, you're frustrated, stressed out, and overworked, you might find yourself waking up in the middle of the night, 11 p.m. to 3 a.m. I have that right? Yes. 11 p.m. to 3 a.m. are the times associated with the liver and the gallbladder in the energetic cycle of the day in Chinese medicine. So if you wake up in the middle of the night with your mind filled with thoughts from the day, going over everything that happened during the day, that you're frustrated or thinking about the news, or even, I'm guilty as charged, turning on your phone and reading the news in the middle of the night, which I strongly do not we do not recommend that. We speak from personal experience.
Do as we say, not as we do.
Exactly. We're all working on this as well. So my prescription, for this type of insomnia, if this describes you're falling asleep okay, but you're waking up in the middle of the night with your mind just going over all these upsetting, frustrating, and disturbing things, you want to relieve and release that congested energy and emotions, which are kind of backing up and finally boiling over in the middle of the night when you should be getting your deepest sleep. But in fact, the energy of the clock is moving into the wood element and releases all that congested energy that's been stored there during your day of frustration and anger and worry. So this is where I'm going to recommend, a bunch of different mind, body, and spirit practices that can benefit and balance the wood element and the liver and gallbladder system. So in particular, I would recommend yoga and qigong for the liver, gallbladder, and wood element. We're going to discharge energy that is stuck in those systems with gentle movement and stretching. The liver and wood element govern the tendons of the body, those kind of stretchy, resilient, connective tissues. I've put a few videos onto our Pinterest board of movements and stretches that I would particularly recommend before bed yoga, and some qigong forms that are very easy to do, don't take a lot of space or any particular equipment, and will help release energy through the wood element, discharge it from the liver and gallbladder organ system. Massage is also really beneficial. Again, we're moving out congested and stuck energy so that it's not there to get backed up and wake us up in the middle of the night. Especially foot and leg massage, where we can access both the liver, which is on the inside of the leg, the liver acupuncture meridian, and the outside of the leg has the gallbladder. And you can also do massage on the side of the head. This is the gallbladder channel, which kind of snakes back and forth across the side of the head. I remember one of my teachers saying how our thoughts kind of get trapped in in the gallbladder meridian, and they just cycle back and forth, and that can give us that kind of frustrated, obsessive thinking that's really interferes with sleep. So you can use a blend like Denise and I have developed some aromatherapy blends that are specific for the wood element, swimming dragon oil, which is something that I make through Angelica and Peony. You can make your own using essential oils that harmonize the wood element and move stagnation. Denise has a great infographic outlining what some of those are. All that info is on our Pinterest board. Massage, foot massage, leg massage, and side of the head massage. Really beneficial. Make that one of your before bed rituals.
I like these suggestions.
Yeah, aren't these great ideas? I really try to do some of them at least.
I always learn stuff from doing these TCM talks. It's great.
Likewise. Now, what are some herbs and foods that can benefit the wood element, the liver gallbladder system, and help with a good night's sleep? A few of my favorites for this type of relaxation would be mint, lemon balm, cardamom, chamomile, and bupleurum or chaihu, Chinese herb, especially when it's combined with peony root, bai shao called in Chinese, cumin, fennel, and ginger. I like to add mimosa blossom or he huan hua hua to my, I make a swimming dragon tea blend, which is especially to relax and release the liver. It has many of those herbs in it. Something like water with apple cider vinegar or lemon juice is a really good morning beverage for folks who are suffering from liver and wood element congestion and stagnation. And you can try mixing equal parts honey with apple cider vinegar for in a big glass of water, because this gives a balancing sweet and sour flavor, which is considered to be especially beneficial for the wood element to help balance it without overdoing it in either direction. Mental practice is to have a worry journal. And this is where you write down everything that's weighing on your mind. You can kind of release it into the journal before you go to sleep, so it's not there floating around in your mind to wake you up in the middle of the night. And again, we've got some good pins on our Pinterest board of different methods that you can use in terms of how to do a worry journal, how to get started with that practice.
Kirsten talked about the worry journal. I also recommend keeping a dream journal close to your bed. Keep a book or some paper and a pen, and if you wake up from a dream, just write down what you remember. You don't have to analyze it now, just write down what you remember and look at it again in the morning. There are some techniques you can learn. One of them is called active imagination that will help you go through the dream and figure out what it means to you. It doesn't mean you need an actual book to interpret, this chair meant this. What does it mean to you, and how it affects your life right now? And if you're experiencing dreams that keep playing over and over again in your mind, or same themes, going back and doing active imagination, which was designed by Carl Jung. Active imagination is a way to basically have those dreams stop from occurring over and over again. That's a great way to do it. You can learn more about that, and we'll have some links to books that talk about active imagination on our Pinterest board.
Cool, thanks Denise. It seems like with the wood element, so much of what we're trying to do when we've got dysfunction in the wood element is about moving and releasing stuck energy that's getting, balled up and preventing normal, healthy function. So that sounds like, especially if we're having recurring dreams, we're just coming around and around to the same place again. this sounds like a great way to release, whatever's going on and move it out and get ourselves somewhere new, which is very much in the spirit of the wood element.
Absolutely.
Meditation practice. Now, meditation is something that we recommend for every condition and every stage of life, I would say. If you are human, meditation is something we recommend for you. When you're feeling really pent up with this kind of wood element, liver chi stagnation, you might want to try walking meditation. And you can even do this if you wake up in the night and you can't get back to sleep, rather than lying there tossing and turning. Get out of bed and you can just pace up and down in your apartment or your house. Do walking meditation for 10 to 15 minutes, kind of let the energy course through you and settle down, and you may find you are able to go to sleep at that point.
And that's walking meditation without your phone on.
Yes, definitely. It's not walking BuzzFeed meditation. Again, some step-by-step, literally, instructions for that on our Pinterest board. If you haven't tried walking meditation before, I had a teacher say, it's especially beneficial for folks who are sedentary a lot of the time, and for Westerners, our lifestyle can be so sedentary. Walking meditation can be a great entryway into a mindfulness practice that folks find even more beneficial than a sitting meditation practice. So the wood element and the liver gallbladder system are working really hard these days to cope with the onslaught of external stressors, environmental toxins, and daily frustrations that we're all living with, especially those of us who are in oppressed and marginalized communities. So Denise and I offer you these videos in the hope that these ideas and strategies can help support your wonderful body in sync with the earth and help you get the sleep that you need. Thanks for joining us.
Bye.
Bye.